Not only is this documented, this is public record, it's on camera, and it's on my camera, so you're triple recorded.
I understand
that. No, I'm asking. Is that awesome?
That's why I'm going to correct you.
Okay. Go right ahead.
He denies being the Secret Service.
Okay.
Okay? What the problem is that he has gone over to Patty Ryan's house and either coached or instructed or whatever what to do as far as getting me from my house. Patty Ryan is the key to all of this.
I'm basically explaining that the imposter continues to go over to Patty Ryan's house and meet with her. And I think that he's giving her the instructions saying it's from the government to steps to have me lose my home and get moved out because it would please Patty. So she'd be willing to do it. What she's doing is illegal.
Denying all information from me. She's not giving me any information. And this event did happen. The man showed up to my house. I talked to them and then went over to Patty's house and told lies about my past.
I'm explaining that the Secret Service imposter came over to my house first and then went over to Patty Ryan's and said lies about my past and present.
And present. And I think, but I'm not sure, I think he told her that I had a severe mental illness. And at the time, in July of 2019, I did not. And I think that Patty has done all of these probate stays of detention thinking that that's what the federal government wants. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but I don't think you understand that the federal government has nothing to do with the probate process.
That would be correct. So why does Patty Ryan take instructions from an imposter? Do you see the problem with that? At that point, the officer should go over to Patty's and say, what is going on? But they don't do that. They never do that. They never correct her. So she continues doing his crime of impostoring the government, telling lies about me.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but I don't think you understand that the federal government has nothing to do with the probate process.
I understand that.
Okay.
Patty does.
Okay.
And this is the way that I think she was told that I would be removed from my house and neighborhood from the fake Secret Service. It sounds crazy.
You're right, it does. And it unfortunately, it sounds like a vicious cycle because you asked why the police don't investigate it.
Right.
If someone were to ask you if something happened and you say no, we ask the other party if something happened and they say no, then how do we investigate further? Do you see my point as far as a public servant?
The problem is that Patty's lying, though.
Okay.
And I don't know how to resolve that.
Can you hit pause for a second?
Continue doing this. It's insane. I can't believe that she is getting away with this. Oh my God.
Would you like anything else in this report? Or did I get it all?
No.
You're content with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm asking because I take offense to the fact that you said we do a crappy job, and I'm paraphrasing. Because I take my job very seriously, and I want to be very detail-oriented and do...
I understand that, and I wish that you had responded instead of Officer Lutz and the other two liaison officers who have done nothing
Well,
for me.
again.
I have sent over 70 emails, and I've tried to report with officers that have responded to 911 calls, and they refuse to let me report crime that has happened in the neighborhood. Oh.
Spin this, I don't want to whack your hip. Mr. Milligan, would you like a drink of water?
Yes.
All right. Here's the catch-22 with this. I want you to stay hydrated, but I also don't want you to have to pee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, you good?
Yeah, thank
All right.
you, sir.
We are still waiting on county. ... LOL.
See, what needs to happen now at this point, because the federal government might have the city or the state try and do something, I need them to defend my rights and not do what the federal government wants to do, which is silence me from speaking the truth about things. I have a right. It is my First Amendment right, my freedom of speech, to speak of my experience. I don't know a damn thing about the technical side of remote neuromonitoring, nor do I care to. I don't want to go anywhere near it. It's a devil program. But I have a right to speak my experience, and I will, because my government has fucked over my life. For nothing I've done wrong.
Yeah, 50's almost to it. That last car on your left, 50.
Can you run past Ocean Henry 3154?
I will try my best.
Number 17A, John
Said that in order to talk with Patty,
I copy, and that's on here, 17A. Ma'am, I'm not here on this
I'm explaining that Officer Lutz said that he had to get permission from Patty, who's the suspect of crime, in order to have a conversation with her. I've never heard of that before, but that is what Officer Lutz said. And Patty has denied the authorization to have a conversation with me about the Secret Service imposter, which is very suspicious.
why, if there's a crime that's occurred, does he need permission from her to speak and have a conversation?
Sir, I can't speak on another, if there is an active investigation that I wasn't part of.
Okay.
If,
copy. Both of those come back.
I can't speak on that subject. I don't want to give you bad information. You can't fault me for that.
I wonder why he wouldn't be able to demand a conversation. Because what she's done is...
Can I speak hypothetically?
Yeah.
If he says, Miss Patty, I'd like to speak to you, she says, I have no idea what you're talking about. Nothing happened. Guess what? That's the end of the conversation.
But I got proof in a 911 transcript.
And that's when I say I have proof in a 911 transcript of her repeating the lies. So she can't say it didn't happen because I have the proof that it did, which is now no longer in the police's system because it's too old. But I have a copy of it. I have audio files of it, and I have given it to them in numerous emails. I've given it to Officer Lutz. I've given it to Officer Dwayne Hicks. I've given it to Patty Myers, another liaison officer. I've given it to Internal Affairs. And I've given it to the Chief of Police.
And I gave it to Officer Lutz and the Internal Affairs Bureau and Elaine Bryan
There you go.
and Officer Hill and Officer Myers. And they've done nothing with the information.
But and
They
again,
got the proof of her committing crime. And the police have done nothing.
again, I didn't want to speak out of because I haven't been involved at all. So I was just hypothetically giving my opinion. Appreciate my candor, and I don't want to compile and compound your frustration, you know what I mean? If it's something I can speak on, I will, but
I just wish you guys would help.
drive you berserk that you're like, why are you taking a report? It takes 2 seconds, but that's what all this is about in the first place. So I'm going to have a conversation with you quick. It takes 5 minutes. 4, 3. Yes and no. It almost, the next time that complaint comes up, it's all, well, you did what you asked.
What was that? I missed that. For those of you watching this one, go ahead and replay that, because it looks like something where if the incident comes up again, something happens to it.
I've been on these where it's literally an 8-hour run.
I just explained that I have made 3 reports of crime and non-response of the police department to the Franklin County Sheriff's Department, and I've gotten no response from them.
And again, we're 2 separate entities, so the left hand doesn't always speak to the right. I can't speak to why they didn't.
There's an incident where I am accused of driving on a suspended license or a revoked license by Officer Frank Scolfani, and I do have a valid driver's license, and Officer Brett corrected Frank Scolfani, and you missed that. But I was accused of driving on a suspended license. I don't know where he got his information from, and he wouldn't tell me where he got his information from. If I knew where he got his information from, I would be really close to catching my captor. Because he believes it's reliable information. And it is not. Which is something my captor would lie about.
This keyboard is sticking.
I would like to thank Officer Brett Yates for taking the report. It's a shame that every time reports get filed, they get either rejected or they get dismissed. And this actually went in an improper category. And because he's responding as an officer, he should have been able to put it into a different category because it was not a miscellaneous incident. Somebody hacking into your network is an actual crime. Was there any property necessarily taken or was there any damage done? Not in the traditional sense, but it means that my devices are completely vulnerable to being accessed. So all my information is accessible to my next door neighbor. And he's been doing it for years.
You know, it's the police that have created my mental illness. I didn't even have one beforehand.
And I just explained that the neighborhood created my diagnosis with all the repeated evaluations, which is true. I had the disease of addiction. Then after that, it was all neighborhood. So my prior mental illness had to do with one incident being taken in. But that's all they need. That's all these criminals need. To perform them over and over and over again and abuse the system. And make somebody suffer.
All created so that Patty could get me moved out of my home. That's gross as fuck. Patty's got some friends, all right, in the police force. I'll tell you that. They should lose their jobs. Somebody gave her the idea to keep calling.
I explained that somebody gave her the idea to keep calling the police or Netcare. I don't know who that is, but they're the biggest asshole that ever lived, and they like to discriminate.
You know, one of the pink slips that are supposed to be filled out by the officers, it was filled by the doctor inside the hospital.
I just explained that one of the pink slips or evaluation forms was not filled out by the officers as it should have been, but filled out by the doctor inside the hospital. So I was admitted to the hospital without any admittance paperwork. That was OSU again.
How does a doctor inside the hospital fill out admittance for a hospital? That's fraud.
Actually, doctors can issue pink slips. But it has to be on his observation, so.
I can see that the mother in this situation has called several times. I'm going to go down to 100 Arcadia and talk to her.
See, the whole problem with what's going on is the police and Patty decided that I was guilty of something before I was ever even given an opportunity to know what I was being charged with or what I was defending myself against. And it's a bunch of lies. I don't know what's wrong with my neighbors, but they believe lies. And it's supposedly a game to them to tell lies and be believed and get away with it. How sick! I'm waiting for him to pass off the card, the business card that he writes down the report number on.
So number to this report number, and then it creates a chain per se.
And then that also matches the contact information that we had here.
This is so frustrating with this old equipment. I bet the windows in this is 10 years old, 8 years old, something like that. What's that?
It's all your age.
There's so much pain and suffering. And you never listen.
Trevor, do you need anybody with you?
Because they gotta log in, then they gotta go pick up said warrant or probate, so I don't know where he's coming from.
Do you know what it's all over?
I don't.
Patty Bryant has an issue with either being gay or doing drugs in the privacy of my home. And that is why she is trying to actively get me moved out of my home.
I just get done explaining that she's trying to get me to move because of what I do in the privacy of my own home, which is insane. If you don't like what somebody does in the privacy of their own home, you don't go after them because it's the privacy of their own home. They can do what they want in the privacy of their own home.
And she found a backdoor way to do it with mental health evaluations. And she thinks if she gathers up enough of them, that she's going to be able to say to the state that I'm not able to live at my house. She has interrupted my life so much. And nobody is telling her to stop. She's a bitch. And she's got friends with the police.
What's your age?
I need to know some information that's really important from neighbors. And they're being complete assholes by not giving me important information to get my freedom of health back and my rights, because they want me to move instead.
Do you know what that is?
Hang on 1 second, I'm typing and I'm typing your report you asked me to, so I don't want to booger it up.
You can see this whole process of being detained by the police while going in for help at the Internal Affairs Bureau took 2.5 hours to complete.
Milligan, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you, I know you keep track of this, I'm going to give you a new incident report for what you asked for. So here's what I'll do. So I know you've got 1,000 of these, but I'm going to give you another one. And on the back, I'm going to put, oh, you're welcome.
I actually only have one other one. One I got over the phone, but the business card. The other one I have was of November of 2017 or 18, I think. And it was me trying to report access to my Gmail account being compromised, and other things like Pat from Texas's telephone number when she called and said that I had called her 15 minutes earlier, but I hadn't. Leads of being impostered and having my devices hacked into. The officer at the time told me to keep the evidence for my records. What the fuck am I supposed to do with it? That's why I'm trying to report it to the police. I want the police to do something to it, or about it. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm trying. I don't like somebody saying I do a shitty job and I've never met them before, so. Well, we have pride in what we do, and we all feel the same way, so if I can turn the page for you, and I'm going to put today's date is the 23rd, okay? So then look here, I'm going to put this in your wallet with your map, okay? Very good. What else can I help you with?
There's use of remote monitoring.
Use of remote what?
Remote monitoring. RNM. It's a surveillance program.
Okay.
Federal government.
I just talked about remote neuromonitoring and illegal surveillance program being a part of my experience. So we're going to close the movie with that, because there's going to be another movie, which is me just going off for a while, because I'm extremely unhappy. So let me show you the actual business card. I'll be right back, and I'll show you that card. Here we are. So, let me turn on the light. This is, I wrote down Jayung's iPhone. There's 623 and 220-449-469. That's what I log into the computer, and nothing appears. I go under my name, and there are no reports of crime at all that have been recorded. So what is going on with the Division of Police? And why can't I get any of the crimes addressed that I've been victimized of? And why can't I get my neighbor to believe that she's been scammed? You know what the simple answer is? She's part of the scam. She knows that he's not real. That's got to be it. I don't have any other answer. I think my neighbor knows that she's doing illegal things. And because she's working with the police, that she has protection. And so far, it's worked. And I've had to suffer longer, because the police don't address my crimes. Because they're allowed to pick and choose which crimes they take care of. My contention is with the number of times that I have requested for help, it would be dereliction of duty to not do due diligence and at least look into the crimes that I have proof of. I've never sat down and talked with anybody about any of this. I need it resolved today.